Good afternoon and welcome to Oklahoma City Board of Adjustment meeting for September 2nd, 2010. If you have not already silenced your cell phones and noisemakers, please do so. And first order of business is approval of the minutes of the August 5th, 2010 meeting.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Please record your vote. It is approved. Next item up is continuance requests and withdrawals.
We have two items for continuance request. Item number one, case number 13270 is requesting a continuance to September 16th, and item number 7, case number 13297, is also asking for a continuance to September 16th.
Is there anyone here to speak on either of those cases?
Wayne Smith on behalf of Arrowhead Energy. That's item number 1. We'd requested this continuance to allow for our groundwater expert to be here.
Okay. Thank you. A motion?
Move to approve. Second.
Moved and seconded to approve the continuances. Please record your vote. Continuances are approved. Nothing on the consent docket, so up next is items requiring separate vote.
First item is item number 2, case number 13308, application for special exception of TNT operating to allow a disposal well located at 119 Northeast 24th Street.
Wayne Smith on behalf of the applicant TNT Operating. This is a fairly typical application for a saltwater disposal well, not unlike the previous case for TNT down on Southeast 40th. In this site, all of the fluids that would be disposed will be transported to the site via pipeline. There will be no truck traffic other than routine maintenance work.
Any comments or questions from the board?
Are you going to be able to put the stuff in here and abandon the one out in the garden?
Two different companies. Afraid that's not going to happen.
I assume this one is not over the same aquifer. And
No, not even. There's 20 miles between these two. So.
And interesting, we don't have a letter from the land office either.
We can make one out.
That'll be okay.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion and a second to approve. Please record your vote. You are approved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 3, case number 13304, application for special exception of Ron Walters Construction to allow a child care center located at 1440 Northeast 50th Street.
Hi, my name's Ed Gall. I'm Ron Walters' client, who we're hoping he will build this child care center.
Do you want to give us any additional information about what you're proposing?
We're proposing a center that will be approximately licensed for 99 children, and it's in an area of town where there's currently a real lack of centers for child care. There's a lot of home-based daycares, but there's still a need for child care as a whole, and my wife and I believe that there's a desperate need for a quality center, that a lot of the children are being forced to go to home daycares that just aren't providing a holistic approach to their development. It's more of a babysitting situation, and we'd like to build a quality facility in that location.
There's no one signed up in protest. Anybody, any questions or comments?
Make a motion to approve. Second.
Motion and a second to approve the application. Please record your vote. You're approved. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I couldn't.
Your turn on.
Huh?
Okay. Yeah, he's on. Okay. Next item.
Item number 4, case number 13306, request of Manchester Green Homes for a variance to permit a front yard fence located at 4320 Northwest 150th Street.
Hi, I'm Jim Fincher. I'm the owner of the property in question here. Would you like me to explain anything about this or answer questions?
You might give just a quick explanation.
What I have is a parcel of land here that I purchased several years ago to put a home on. It's about 2.5 acres, I think. Along 150th Street there, well, actually, along 150th and all the way to the Remington Way, that street that you can see there, and on either side is the brick entry wall, the entry feature for the neighborhood. This piece of land is not part of this neighborhood, the platted subdivision, but the brick wall exists in front of there. And so that is the only way to get to this house is off of 150th through this wall. And there's a house on the right, a creek to the south, and a creek to the west. So it's the only way to get through. And obviously it would be detrimental to tear down the whole wall. I think we would have about 500 angry people in here. So my proposal was to just open maybe a 16 to 20 foot wide opening in the fence. People in the neighborhood are aware of this, and put a gate on it that's back far enough off of 150th Street to allow a car to get completely, or a long vehicle to get completely off the road when it's double laned, or 4 laned, which it's not right now. So that's what I wanted to do.
We have nobody signed up, no unfavorable considerations?
How deep is the approach going to be paid? How deep is that approach onto the property?
I haven't figured out exactly what that was yet. I need to find out how. Are you talking about how wide it's going to be, or how deep off the road? Well, I don't know exactly how far off of, like when they eventually double lane that. 4 lane that. So I was going to measure from whatever that distance is to the curve and allow about 25 to 30 feet.
Okay, could we say at least 25 from that?
From whatever that curve would be. I was going to consult with my engineer and find out. I know right now it's about 30 feet wide, I think. But it's obviously going to be quite a bit wider when it's 4 lane.
There are minimum standards that the city has for the gate to be back off of the fence. And
So you'll meet
Yeah, you have to
he'll have to meet those.
You have to get a driveway permit.
Driveway and
I
a
think
fence
they would-
permit for the gate.
Okay.
And they'll tell you
Fence is
about
where it
that.
is, isn't it? But he's going to have a setback for the gate. Yeah, right.
The fence already is well off
Yeah.
of the right-of-way.
Yeah, it is. Move to approve. Second.
A motion and a second to approve the application. Please record your vote. You are approved?
Great, thank you.
Next item.
Item number 5, case number 13307, request of Janice Duncan for a variance to the rear yard setback located at 2200 Southwest 118th Street.
Is the applicant present? Move to the back of the docket.
Yep.
Item number 6, case number 13288, request of Oklahoma City Public Schools for a variance to permit parking and maneuvering in the public right-of-way located at 2400 Northwest 36th Street.
Hi, I'm Richard Couch with Legacy Engineering, representing the public schools. This is a proposed addition and renovation of an existing school, Sequoia Elementary. There is currently existing parking there that has been there historically and is within the setback required by the zoning ordinance. We're proposing to rebuild a portion of it and also restripe most of it so that it circulates better and is safer for the kids when they're getting dropped off at school and so forth.
It appears this is just a follow-up variance that we didn't know about prior, that we already approved.
Move approval. Second.
Motion and a second to approve the application. Please record your vote. You're approved.
Thank you.
Item number 7 was continued. Item number 8, case number 13300, request of Sun Moon Investments for a variance to permit parking and maneuvering within the street right-of-way located at 1115 Northwest 23rd Street.
Yes, I'm Tim Grob with Elliott Architects, representing Sun Moon Investment. What we're requesting is some off-street parking, just adjacent to the shops that have doors on that side of the street. There really isn't any close parking in that area.
Do those shops also have doors on the south side of the?
Excuse me?
Do those also have doors on the south side of the complex?
Yeah, there are shops to that side. Doorways into the shops.
Can you explain the hardship?
The hardship is the parking not being on that side of the street. The intent of that area is to get pedestrian traffic along 24th Street, to have doors to the shops on that side. You would have to park inside the area and walk all the way around.
But you have plenty of parking, correct?
Did you met your parking requirements?
Excuse me?
You met your parking requirements when you?
Yes, there's actually no parking requirements for that area.
There's 4 statutory standards in your staff report that need to be addressed.
Yes.
Item number 3. And you have to meet all 4 statutory standards for you to
Okay.
be eligible to receive approval.
Okay, well, the first one is the shops along 24th have no closed parking spaces, including handicap. B is...
But let me stop you. But you have parking on the other side of the building, correct?
Yes, in the center of the...
Right.
In the area.
And is that parking adequate for the whole complex that you've built, whatever you've built there?
The owner is just requesting parking on that side of the street for the shops.
So it's not really peculiar yet.
Excuse me?
I said, so it's not very peculiar yet, at least in my mind.
Oh,
Are you talking about on 23rd Street or 24th Street?
24th Street.
You don't show parking on 24th Street. Here?
It's the existing. Yeah.
I'm in the wrong one, I'm sorry.
Are the shops on 24th Street different than the ones interior at the center? Or do they go straight through?
Some can be. Some of it isn't leased yet. But we were requested by the Urban Design Commission to have doors on that side. You know, some may not go all the way through. Only one of the spaces on that side is leased, and it's a renter center that that's eventually going to be torn down. Next to the future addition there is actually where it's sitting. So they're moving into Building B. But Building C has no tenants yet. But there's certainly doors on that side.
So what's your next item on your statutory provisions?
Are we at B, or number 2, or I guess B? Other areas in that area have off-street parking in the same manner. C, the intent of the area is to have a pedestrian experience, to have on-street parking for on-street shops. And D is the 24th Street parking is closest to those shop doors.
Does that off-street park, or on-street parking exist on 23rd Street like it's shown on the drawing? Is it there now?
Yeah, it's been there for years.
Okay, well, I was thinking it was, but yeah.
Yes, it is in front of that restaurant.
Is the city still trying to get away from this angled parking that requires you to back up into the street? I mean, I know, Jim, you guys have probably dealt with this in the Planning Commission.
Well, in these areas, they're trying to orient shops, like you said, toward right on the street front, and their request is to accommodate that with angled parking, so people don't park and have to walk around to the shop.
Yeah. Does traffic have to look at these things when
Traffic Commission?
just traffic staff or anything? Do they have to look at these and say, with the traffic count in that area, with this and this and this, it has become a hazard for the area? It doesn't seem to me like 24th Street's that heavily trafficked, I hadn't looked at this properly before. I thought we were talking about 23rd Street. But, I mean, is that an option? We could have them look at it and say that the traffic pattern is not a problem in this situation, or?
They had an opportunity to look at it and didn't comment, but
Okay.
if they did see it.
They did see it.
Traffic staff.
Okay.
And so
That's something in your favor.
the Urban Design Commission requested that you orient building C and B
Close to the street.
Right. So, and there's doors back there to allow
That's correct.
customers to
Patrons to park there. You can obviously see that on 23rd Street, you can see the complex very well, but on
Right.
24th, you may not even know that there's parking just beyond the buildings.
Did you say that Urban Design
The Urban Design Commission-
requested that the storefronts face 24th?
Right.
They did?
Yes, to have doors and storefront on.
So that's peculiar.
Yeah. Yeah.
I move
I
approval.
would agree.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the application. All those in favor?
Aye.
Hold your vote. Sorry. You approved in this case. Thank you.
Item number 9, case number 13301, request of Sun Moon Investments for a variance to permit parking and maneuvering within the street right-of-way located at 2624 North Classen Boulevard.
This is the same type of situation. There's not as many parking spaces requested. Just up on the right-hand side, 5 parking spaces. This center is almost full. I think it's like 80%. There's a restaurant going in. There's a style shop on the end where these parking spaces are, and they are requesting some parking down there.
Are there storefronts that face north?
There is not a storefront there, but their whole shop takes that whole area, and their doors is near the corner.
What's your parking ratio as it exists today, including the stuff that's in the right-of-way? What's your ratio today?
Again, there wasn't any parking requirement.
I know, but if there were parking requirements, you required
Right, I think it's
1 to 200.
200 per,
Yeah.
and I believe that center is about probably about 30,000 square feet. Although there's a restaurant going in, so they have a different requirement.
Oh.
The
In this case, in my opinion, if you meet code for a normal application, where it is required, if you meet code in this situation,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
then I wouldn't be as in favor of it, unless you're short on parking to meet code. So,
I need to request a continuance then. I need to
Okay.
request a continuance
okay?
to get a little more
yeah,
information.
I'd like to move for a continuance on this case, and we need to know the square
Yeah.
footage in the center, uses and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll have some better information for you.
Thank you.
Okay, there's been a motion. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
To the next meeting?
Yes, please.
So move.
Already, you got a second.
Oh, second, sorry, I didn't hear. I'm sorry.
There's been a motion and a second to continue the application until the next meeting, which is September 16th.
Thank you very much.
Please record your vote. We'll see you then.
Oh, yeah.
Item number 10, case number 13303, request of Richard and Julie Manspeaker for a variance to the required access to an approved street located at 9705 Oakview Road.
I'm Richard Manspeaker. I bought some land back in '01 and started clearing it, and everybody said we had a road easement to the property. There wasn't a problem. The real estate lady that we went through, the people that live in the property in front, they all said there wasn't a problem. They knew about it. I brought some pictures of how we've been trying to clear this and do this. And we're trying to get it done now because we have two properties. Both of them got hit May 10th by a tornado. We had the horses over at this place we leased from the city, and it got wiped out. So we need to have a place to keep the horses and take care of them. And I didn't know if y'all wanted to see these pictures or not. I didn't know how much trouble it was going to be to clear some land, and it's a lot of work. Now the city's saying I can't do anything with it. So
Rita, this seems similar to the case that we approved recently with the landlocked track, had the easements in place. Is there anything different about this case that
In that case, I thought we got something that showed that they had an easement.
Yeah, there's a quiet title action
Yeah, I recall looking
associated
at
with the
it.
easement.
Do you have anything like that?
yes, ma'am, it's registered. I've got a piece of paper. It's
Do you have
registered.
it there with you now?
Ma'am.
Okay.
I think we have it in the file, copies of the easement.
It's mentioned in the,
Isn't Stafford?
yes,
I brought files to the city on this.
each one's,
Yeah, here's fine.
Thank you.
Mentioned right there.
Yeah.
The first part.
looks good to me.
Is the road that's shown with dotted lines, is that a private road right now? It looks like it almost has to be because of the two dwellings on either side of it that exist.
The dotted one going east and west is the driveway, and then Oakview Road is supposed to go further north, but the man to the east fenced it off right there at the drive.
The dashed lines represent the easements, the private
Right,
easements
right.
that he
That
submitted.
he's asking for. Well, how do they act, is that a dwelling on the west side there?
Yes, sir?
Is it a dwelling on the east side also?
Yeah, there's one over
How do
there.
they access that property now?
The one to the west?
The one to the west and the one to the east?
They're both, it's a dead end right there, and it cuts off.
Okay, so their property comes up to to the end of the road there?
Yes, sir?
Okay.
So the easement's already in place. He just needs the variance to actually get the building permit to construct the barn. Yeah.
Move to approve.
Second. A motion and a second to approve the application. Please record your vote. You're approved.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Is this just for a barn, or if I want to build a house, do I have to do this again? If in the future?
It's over there.
No, this gives you a variance to the access to the property. So,
Oh, great.
Yeah, you still have to get your building permits for your barn and if you need to do a house later. So, good luck. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. I'm asleep. Yes, you will.
Next
Item number 11, case number 13305, request for variance of Chesapeake Land Company to permit 2 accessory signs and 3 flagpoles located within the street right-of-way, located at 701 Northwest 63rd Street.
Mr. Chairman, Dennis Fox and Tim Johnson, we're here on behalf of Chesapeake. The exhibits that Tim is handing out are pictures that show the location of our 2 monument signs and also where the flagpoles will be located. I want to thank Mr. Chambliss for his thorough review in regard to just building permit issues. What we determined, what we found was, actually Mr. Chambliss found, was on the sign, on the flagpoles, if you have a flagpole and it's got the American flag or the Oklahoma flag, it's okay. But by having the Chesapeake flag, then all of a sudden it's rolled into, oh, that's a sign, and guess what? The wind moves the flag, so it's a moving sign. So that's why we're here.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. I don't think we would have, but I appreciate the staff and their thorough review. So the flagpoles are located as shown on the site plan that's in front of you. The 2 signs, if you go to this location, there's one existing monument sign. That'll be taken down, and then at the very end of the packet, it shows the 2, it shows an example of the 2 signs that will be placed on the property. Now, we are 25 feet away from the curb. So when you look at this property and you drive by, the signs will be east and west. We're 25 feet from the curb. We don't think there'll be any issue in regard to vehicles and access. So we think it's a good thing. There'll be a sign that will show that this is a Chesapeake building, and Chesapeake employees will be located here. So,
How far are the signs? They are parallel to the road, but how far are they from the curb line, the parking lot curb line, do you know?
From the parking lot, they're, yeah, I'd say within
3 feet or something like that, or 4 feet, huh?
Within 2 feet.
Okay, good. I walked it. I don't think it doesn't affect the visibility for the cars in and out. That's all I care about.
I agree.
Move approval.
Second.
The motion and a second to approve the application. Please record your vote. You're approved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now we're going to go back to item number 5. Item number 5, case number 13307, request of Janice Duncan for a variance to the rear yard setback located at 2200 Southwest 118th Street.
Thank you. My apologies earlier for holding up the board. My request today, my name is Jan Duncan, and I'm soon to be a homeowner in Oklahoma City in about 3 weeks. And my property is a small patio home. It's a very small lot, it's a very small home, and that's exactly what I wanted. When I looked at the property, I looked at the plat maps for the property, and not only was there a pool exactly like what I was wanting, it's a small 5.5-foot stationary lap pool. About 5 doors down, I looked and all I saw was a 7.5-foot utility easement. And I thought, wow, I can build in that. So I went out and I got a design to build without encroachment on the easement. And my pool builder was denied a permit. And he said, well, there's a building line here. And you have a 5-foot to the side and a 10-foot to the back fence, and that pretty well takes up my property. So my request today, if you would give consideration, is to allow me to move 2.5 feet into the building line, not encroach on the utility easement, in order to build a very small 5.5-foot by 16-foot stationary lap pool. I don't, at current, have any, there's an empty lot to my, I am directionally challenged. The left-hand side of that screen is the west, right? Okay. I have an empty lot on the west. That's one of the last lots in the neighborhood. So I have no, I don't have a neighbor yet on the west. To the south of my property is all commercial property on the other side of the brick fence. And to the east side, I have the common area of the canals, the detention area, and on the other side of that is Markham's Nursery. So it's another commercial property. So I don't have any neighbors that I think would have a headache with my having a small pool, and I am running brick fence, solid brick fence down the sides of the property. So it would not be visible. The pool would not be visible.
How wide is the pool again? 6 feet?
It is. No, it is 5.5 feet wide,
Wow.
and it is 16 feet long. And
Can't imagine it
jets.
being any skinnier, can you?
I don't think I could. Not and do a real good lap. Really hard. I would hit the sides. And it's getting worse as I get older, so.
Move to approve.
Second. Motion and a second to approve the application. Please record your votes. You're approved.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Don't splash too much.
That's it. Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
We are adjourned.